Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?
And wait, before I read this next scripture, like how it said, when they persecute you, flee into the cities, to a different city. Like, I don't think you should take that literal for when you're in school to go to a whole new country if you're getting bullied. But that is basically talking about in the last days, if you live in the city, then you should go to the country. But I would advise, like, if you're getting beat up from your bully in the school and the teachers and principals aren't doing anything, then you should move to a different school.
Another thing, in the time of trouble, you have to be always on the run, I think.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And we go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you, falsely for my sake. And Mark chapter 13, verse 13. Mark 13, verse 13.
And he shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
And when I was talking about, I remember something from when I was in grade 8. Like, for some reason, I know I witnessed, like, oh yeah, I just remember too. But like, I witnessed some people being bullied and stuff like that, but some I really can't remember now. But I remember one when I was in grade 8. This girl, she had like a group of friends, and one day I was just sitting in class because like I was like really shy, so I wasn't really talking to nobody. But I think it was like around lunchtime, so we had to go in class because it was raining, and they were just calling her. They were saying, at first they were saying George Lopez, and I was like, why they saying George Lopez? And then when I looked, they was talking to her, and they was saying she have a big head, and then they was calling her big head and stuff like that. And like she was trying to like somewhat laugh it off, but then that'd be like a everyday thing, and I could see like she was feeling sad on the inside. I'm like, why does she hang with them? And they were like the only people she used to hang with, so I knew they were her friends. Well, supposed to be friends. And I was like, I can't never like be with people like that. Like they literally bullying you, and then you calling them your friends. Like, you telling them everything, but then they still be bullying you. Like, that didn't make no sense at all to me. And then, like, one I just remember was when I was in grade 11. This boy who was in my class, he was a Haitian, and then, like, most of the children in my class, like, only, like, me and, like, my two friends, like, we never used to be bullying him or nothing like that. But the other children, like, whenever, like, the children start, like, this joking mood or whatever, like making fun stuff like that, they'll be calling him names and stuff like that, and making fun of his last name and his granddaddy and his mummy and stuff like that. And even his friend would be laughing at him, and then like at one point I was getting like so frustrated by that. I was like, you can't just be making fun of someone for their nationality. Like, nobody's be teasing us because we're Bahamians, even though we live in the Bahamas. And like in our school, I didn't really understand because like it was like the children didn't like Haitians, but they liked Jamaicans. And then, like, it isn't like a Jamaican is Bahamian too, but, like, not discriminate or anything. But they only used to, like, make fun of him. And then, like, at one point, I had told them about it, and then, like, they just stopped for a while. But then, like, they still did it. But when we went in grade 12, they never used to do it anymore. And I also talked to him in grade 11 because, like, I guess he used to be feeling sad and stuff. I used to tell him, like, encouragements, like, don't let it get to him and stuff like that.
The third question is, what should we do when we face our bullies?
Matthew 5:38 to 48. We have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth.
But I say unto you that ye resist not evil, But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also.
And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy coat also.
And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain.
Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away.
Ye have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor, and hate thine enemy.
But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you,
That ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust.
For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same?
And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so?
Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Amen. Anybody have anything you want to say on that on that verse?
When it says ye have heard that it is had when it says in verse 43, ye have heard that it has been said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. It's very hard to be like it's very hard to love your enemy, even though they've been doing like hurtful stuff to you. Like, you have to love your bully. And I've been thinking when I was younger, how am I supposed to like love my bullies? They've been doing all this stuff to me, and they've been messing with me and my friends. How am I supposed to love them? And they've been trying to mess with me and do all this kind of stuff. And I was thinking like that's impossible. And I'm still kind of struggling with that today. And I was thinking like, man, that's impossible for me to do. I just can't stand these people. So I was just like, I have to work on that to make sure that I can forgive them in the end.
Our next text will be Romans 12, verse 9 to 21. Romans 12, verse 9 to 21.
Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good.
Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one and another.
not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord,
Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer.
distributing to the necessity of saints, given to the hospitality.
Bless them which persecute you. Bless and curse not.
Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep.
be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits.
Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peacefully with all men.
Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good.
We could go to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. Proverbs 15, verse 1.
A soft answer turneth away wrath, but give us words stir up anger. Grievous words stir up anger.
And Michael decided that he wanted to share his testimony about bullying.
In grade 2, there was this boy, and he would play around with me for no reason, and sometimes he would punch me in the stomach and yell in my ear. And I never really understand why he did that, but
Did you ever get to tell the teacher?
he used to also do it to Matthew too, sometimes. So I really never understood it, why he would actually do that to us.
Wow. And in grade 2,
Mm-hmm.
Well, first thing that came to my mind was that he probably came from an abusive family. But my advice,
he was like playful though.
like he was doing it in a playful manner,
Yeah.
probably still did. But my advice to children and teenagers in school and wherever you are actually, because you do get bullied out of school as well. If you're getting bullied, tell a teacher. If they don't listen, well, first people you should tell is your parents, but most children don't want to do that. And tell your teacher, tell your principal, try to tell someone who would listen. If no one listens, tell the police. I'm serious. And our next chapter is 1 John chapter 4, verse 20 to 21.
If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen? And this commandment have we from him, that we who loveth God love his brother also.
And that was 1 John chapter 4, verse 20 to 21.
Our next verse will be Matthew 5, verse 22 to 24.
But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother had aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift.
You might want to explain to them what Raka means. Or like,
We'll come back with what Raka means in a few moments. And we can. Our next question is,
was Jesus ever bullied?
and we can go to John chapter 8. John 8, verse 59.
Then took they up stones to cast at him, but Jesus hid himself and ran out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by.
That was when the Jews were bullying Jesus, sadly. And well, you could also go to John chapter 19. Oh, find the meaning?
The meaning of the word Raka was a term used by the Jews in the time of Jesus, meaning